Guys, hope you are doing well. Now, today I will show you how we can implement dependency injection in raw PHP application. So let's see. You are seeing that our application is running in this port on localhost 8000, and we're seeing welcome John Doe. So basically, I am not going to show you the overall implementation of this project. You can see it from GitHub. So look, I'm sharing with you the GitHub repository. From here, you can see the source code. Just type here PHP container, and this is our repository. This is a basic implementation of routing and TI container, model, database connection, views, and controller method dependency injection. We can use this PHP application to check the all of the features. So you can check it how we can implement this. So this is the documentation. So I'm going to share with you how we can implement. This is the this part, like mm, dependency injection, method dependency injection. This part, look at that, we are passing so many parameter here. This is the request and user and post. This is the model. So let's see how we can implement it. And this is the basic routing, route web.php. From here, look at that, I'm just passing the parameter, and this is the routing URL path. And if you write and writing here test, so if you visit the test URL, now if you visit the test URL, you will see the same output. And if you visit the home URL, you will see the error, because look at that, we are facing the error because we have no route like test, like route home. So now if we visit the page, we will see the output of uh, welcome Chondo. So how this is showing, this is the look at this is our data part. That means our data and name is Chondo, and we are passing this data using compact, and then this is the plate file, return view welcome, and this is inside resources view welcome.plate.php. And look at that, we are just echoing out our we are printing our just data and name, which is John Doe. If we just printing title, and it will show the title. And if we use it and look at that, welcome my custom blade template. So this is not the uh, part we are going to show. This we'll see the uh, route to controller part using dependency injection. How we can implement dependency injection using raw PHP. So let's see. I will show the only basic part of the dependency injection. This is not the complete and not the very advanced part. This is very basic dependency injection. The key thing of this tutorial is just I will show how we can implement dependency injection, and what is the concept. What is the concept of dependency injection that works behind the scene in Laravel application or any other framework. So let's see. We are converting this part in a controller section. Just I'm writing a test controller I'm writing here, and this is will be a class, and then this will be a method name like index. So if we refresh, we'll see a error like there is no controller or method in our application, So I'm just writing a controller like text controller dot php, and of course our namespace will be namespace will be app slash controller, and our class name will be paste controller, and we'll extend controller though we have nothing to do with controller. Just this is the main. We have not implemented yet anything in controller. So now create function like index, and our function name is index, and just here we will return hello world. Return hello world. And if we refresh the page, we will see nothing is showing here because we have to import our controller here. And look at that, our controller is imported and everything is okay, I think. And look at that, it is working very good. Now if we visit our index method in controller page, we can also load our views from here, like return view welcome. And if we visit the here, we have to see this is the welcome page. Okay, this is working very good. So now we'll pass the parameter is from here. So now if we pass the user, which is a user model, look at that, this is a model, user model. And if we pass another, just first we type uh, with request, not model. First we'll see request, then we'll see model. So look at that, we use our request from app core request, and our request will be request. And if we return request, just data, then uh, request, then get body, then dd data. Look at that. This is the dependency injection. We have not created any instance of this request class, but it will automatically load it from here. So how we can implement this, and as many class as we want, we can pass from here. So we'll see after a few minutes later. So just refresh the page and look at that. Nothing is here, just an empty array. But if we pass here, just like that, website equal Laravelia. Look at that. This is the our website equal Laravelia. Okay, great. And then if we pass another parameter like country equal Bangladesh. Look at that, another is there. So we are successfully accepting our request from the client side, and we are getting the request in our server side successfully. And this is using dependency injection, how it is working. And another is this, the like if we pass here user, and if we uh, return user, just go to the user model. Look at that, you can use any feature of Laravel inside the class. So you can use any Laravel feature from this user model, because we are extending the Illuminate database eloquent model, which is coming from Laravel application. So this is the feature of Laravel. So we are using Laravel eloquent. We can use Laravel eloquent from here. So just look at that, we are injecting our user model from here, and using user, we will just testing purpose, just create a method public function, get user list, and here just to return self arm. Okay, now we will return this user and just return get user list. And if we return, if we reload the page, you will see an error because there is no database connection. So just connecting our database, like that, our existing database is there is a database like admin panel is there, and database username is Mehdi and password is 123. So now if we reload the page, we'll see our all the data is there. Look at that, how cool it is. So how this is our environment file, and we are connecting database from here, and this is working entire application because we are creating a global instance of database connection, and this is working very perfectly. And this is the return user list. If you want to see the source code, this is there. GitHub, this is the URL, you can check it here, and this is the source code of this application, you can check it. So look at that, we are injecting we are already passing two classes like request and user, but it is automatically loaded in our application. How we implemented it with the route. So every route, if you create another route, like we are creating another route, this is suppose about, and this is about, and if we create a about class here, and we will not pass any dependencies, like just remove it here, and about, and just return about page. So just refresh the page. If we visit the about, look at that. This is the about page. So there is no dependencies. It is working perfectly, and there is dependencies. So with dependency and without dependency, it is working our every request with the route. So how we implemented it? So for it, we have to go to the route core and route, and this is the main part of the resolve method, and this is the thing which is working like it working like that. So this is the result, and this is the our application instance is their application, and we are calling it from our application, and we are passing the, this is for service provider, loading the service provider before the after the request and before the application run, and then the route, and using this route we resolve the request, and just calling the creating the implementing the resolve method from here. And now last just check, now first dan dump every thing from here, and we will check it like it, like that. Now look at that, we are passing the two things here, three part is here. One is URL, then our controller, and then our method. And one more thing is that we have to implement dependency injection with this request. So if we refresh the page, now again we are going to the home page. Look at that, our, if we refresh the about, you will see about page is there. Now look at that, this is the app http controller and method is about. Now if we refresh the home page, now look at that, this is the app http controller and the method is index. Okay, so with index, this is our index part, and that means callback 0, with a 0 index there is a controller, and then 1 index there is a method. So with one index method and with zero index, there is a controller. That means class. So now this is a resolved dependencies. How many dependencies we have to inject it in our request. So this is a resolved dependencies, and currently this is empty because you many times that means we are not going to inject dependencies every time, like this is dependency, there is dependency, but there is no dependency. So initially this is these dependencies is initially it is empty, and then if there is any callback, if there is any callback, and then we have implemented these result dependencies and passing these dependencies. Now check one by one. Look at that, if we dump this, look at that. Firstly, this is our resource views path. This is our callback. We are, look at that. This is our app controller, test controller. Okay, this is our test controller, and we are passing one more thing. This is our resource view for our blade templating. Just avoid it. Our main thing is this is our controller, and then if we see the one index, and this will be the method name. and this will return the index. Look at that, this is the index. Okay, so now we are getting the controller. So reflector, we using reflection class. So if you don't know the reflection class of PHP, just Google it and see the feature of it. Reflection class is a reflection API of built-in PHP class, and if you want to get the class information of other class information, so we need a reflection class. So I just created this reflection class, and it accepts a parameter, and that is the class which you want to check. This is which you want to get the information. That means you want to clone test controller. So how many method is there, how many constructor is there, how many parameter is there inside a constructor, but all that or how many parameter is there inside the method. So yeah, so to check this if you want to check this, then we need this reflection class. Okay, so just pass the class name, we already get it, and this is the class name, and we patch it, and then this is our reflector. So and this is our method name, you know, already know that. And then this is our action method, and then reflector get method. Reflector, this is the built-in method. Reflector get method, action method, you have to pass the action method. That means this is a method name. And if we pass the method name, then we are facing the parameters. If there is any parameters, then show the parameters, and if there is no parameter, then just return an empty array, just damn. And if you check it, look at that, there is already a two parameter inside our index method. Look at that, there are two parameters is there. Okay, look at that, we have two parameters there, request and user. So if you visit the about, there's no parameter, you will see. Look at that, there's no parameter. So if navigate to again home URL, there's, look at that, there are two parameter, and there is request, code request. One is code request and one is user request. Money, that means user model. So the parameter is request class and the parameter is user class. Okay, we are successfully taking the parameter. So so look at that, we are getting our two parameters. If we remove another parameter, if we add another parameter, like we just create another model, post model, not post, article is there inside our database, in our database. So just create a model article, and just clone user and just paste it and make it article. And okay, and if we uh, refresh the page, then we'll see the three parameters there, and another is post. Sorry, we have to inject it, article and article. Look at that, we have passed three parameters. One is request, then another is user, and then another is article model. Okay, now if we refresh the page, we'll see there is three parameter, and another is article. There are three parameters, it is automatically loaded. There is article, and there is user, and there is request. So if we pass here, look at that, our I'm closing everything. Now if we uh, removing it, just now we know what is coming our request. Now look at that, this is array. Okay, this is array, look at that, this is an array, collection of array. Now we have to map this array, because we have to automatically make it instantiated. We have to automatically instantiate this every class, then we can use this in our method with parameters, like parameters. So how we can implement this, just map this parameter, map this array, and then look at that, this is our every class parameter, this is our parameter, reflection parameter, another helper of reflection parameter. And this parameter can get the method name, class name. Just make just dd. Now if you refresh the page, look at that, this is our class name, app core request. Now easily we can create instantiate it like return new class name. Okay, then just resolve, this is a resolve dependencies, and just pass it here. Now just remove it and new request, pass it statically, new request to understand better. Just request, and we are passing static parameter, that is request. Now it will show error because it will accept only this, and for showing this will throw an exception error for this parameter because we are not passing this parameter from here, or not instantiate this parameter from here, so it will only work for this request. Now if we reload the page and if we reload, then it will show an error, and the error is just we are open the console, and that the error is that, look at that, too few arguments to function, that means test controller index, one passed and exactly three expected, one passed and exactly three expected. Look at that, we are passing three parameter, but here we are accepting only one. Now if we remove the two parameters here, it will work, it will perfectly work. Look at that, it will perfectly work because it is not working because this is the, we are done dump here and just working. Now if we refresh the page, look at that, it is working because we are passing only one parameter, and that is instantiated from here. We're statically creating this. Now if we pass the resolved dependencies, now again it will throw an exception because too few argument. Look at that, and now this error, thus this error is must be type of app core request. We are passing request class, and the request is not here, this is passing the array. So array is given, so we don't know how many parameter will be passed in our how many parameter is going to injected from our method dependency injection. So we have to pass it dynamically, so just make it like that. So now you can pass as many parameter as you want, and it will work like a charm. Just refresh the page and look at that, this is working. And this is the dependency injection actually look like. This concept, this is the concept of dependency injection, that we are injecting our class dynamically with our controller. Look at that, we are passing, this is the controller, and of course we are facing all the article, and of course it will work, of course it will work, we'll say. And look at that, this is the all the article. If we face the first article from here, it will of course work. And look at that, this is also working. Okay, so now we're passing three parameter, and we are working with three parameter, we are working, we can work with three parameters. So these three requests are automatically injected with a route using this dependency concept. So this is the concept of dependency injection, how this how dependency injection work. So we can easily implement it using this concept. So one more thing is that this is working only for class. Okay, this is working only for class, this is working only for class. If you pass interface, this is for another concept, we have to handle this, how we can pass interface from here and create a polymorphic object, and how we can handle it using dependency injection. So I'm not going to show you this that, I just show you how we can implement this concept, and what is the dependency injection, and how it actually works behind the scene in our application or Laravel application. This is the basic part. This is the basic concept. So not much advanced, I think. So thank you so much, guys. If you enjoy this video, or if you learn new from this video, please subscribe and give like. So I will be appreciated. So this is the repository of this code, so you can see it from here. Thank you so much, guys.